and no one has the political will to discuss that.
Okay, that's got to be the last word. Well, so here's a record that's a pain in your tank. Gas prices above $3 a gallon for more than 1,000 days in a row. That's never happened before. And it comes as we mark the 5-year anniversary of the official request to build the Keystone XL pipeline, yet still no decision from the White House. Tracy, you say we need to build it now to help bring gas back down below $3 a gallon?
Yeah, this is one anniversary you don't want to celebrate, Brenda. We should have this already. I mean, if for nothing else, to help gas prices, to help our national security issue. I know John Layfield's going to say we don't have an energy plan here in the United States, but it is about national security. I mean, look what happened with Syria. We talk a little bit about going over there and bam, gas prices go up. We're going to continue to see this uncertainty and this unrest in gas prices until we actually just become independent and do it ourselves. And the problem, of course, though, too, is with states struggling, you have all those taxes that go into gas. So in order to at least alleviate that end, bring it all here at home.
Okay, John, Tracy says she knows what you're going to say, but go ahead. You say it.
Tracy's a very smart lady. She always is. We are the only developed country that has not had a national energy plan. We have no national long-term plans of anything. The Monterey Shale in California alone would balance the budget in California. How does the Keystone Pipeline fit into our national plan? Who knows? We don't have one. How does fracking fit in? Who knows? We don't have one. This stuff is not getting approved because we have no national plan whatsoever. The guys on the far left hate fossil fuels. The guys on the far right think that tree huggers are the Antichrist. Together we can't come across a solution. The whole thing is a debacle, and the Keystone Pipeline is the prime example of this.
But Gary B., if we approve the Keystone Pipeline and got it up and running, would that bring gas prices down?
How could it not? Look, we're sending this to be refined oil to the Gulf. And one, you're going to create jobs, but two, you're putting more oil on the market. You know, the contention is that, maybe gas prices will go up in the Midwest because that oil will be shipped overseas. Who cares? There's going to be more global oil out there. More supply is going to bring down prices. And as for John's point about a national energy plan, I gotta go against that. We have a national energy plan. It's beat up on coal, beat up on oil. That's a natural energy plan.
Okay, David, do you think that the Keystone Pipeline is key to bringing gas prices down?
No, I don't, and most experts would agree that it wouldn't. And Severin Borenstein from the University of California, Berkeley, says that, first of all, that oil wouldn't come online onto the world market until about 2020. That's for one. And secondly, the impact on gas prices would be minuscule, if at all, on oil prices or gas prices. So I don't think that the Keystone is the key to our energy independence. And in fact, we would be exporting that oil, and in fact, we might have higher gas prices in the Middle East for the oil that's not being used by the Midwest that goes through those states with the pipeline and is getting to Texas and going overseas. Okay. So I don't think it would have perceptible impact at all on the oil prices.
Okay, I'm going to get to Jonas in just a minute, but Gary B., you were really shaking your head there.
Well, that's just exactly what I said. I knew the argument that he would make. It's like, oh my gosh, they're not going to have any of this oil there. It's all going to go overseas. What oil do you think they're going to use? There's a global supply of oil out there, David.
And experts say there won't be perceptible impact on it.
You guys are amazing together, but I got to get Jonas in here.
Okay, first of all, we're not going to get below $3 in gasoline unless there's a huge recession somewhere ever again. And we're not that far now off the long-term inflation-adjusted price of a gallon of gasoline. Considering it is a finite resource, that's an amazing fact in itself. Look, you could have 100 pipelines. I'm all for pipelines, but it's not a factory that makes fuel. It is a commodity that is a finite product, these fossil fuels. It's not like grain. We can't make more of it. So if you could lower the price 10 cents with 10 pipelines, great, but you're going to raise the price 10 cents in 10 years because there's only so much to get and we use more every year.
Okay,
you can't stop that.
Last word, John Layfield.
Look, I don't agree with the fact that you add to supply, you're going to increase price.
But you're taking future supply, aren't you? Aren't you
not adding to our supply?
Okay, guys, we got to get out of here.
It's global supply. You are correct, but you add to supply, you are going to lower prices, not raise prices. Not to mention the 20,000 jobs that will be built just for the pipeline.
Okay, We've got to go. As kids settle into school, one district in California is taking the fight of cyberbullying to a whole new level. It's spending taxpayer cash to monitor students' activity on social media. The school says it's money well spent, but Gary B., you say it's invading students' privacy.
Well, it's invading their privacy and it's invading their liberty. Look, no one likes bullying. Bullying is bad. Let's stipulate that. We're not saying we're for bullying, but is it, my question is it the government's responsibility to stop it? No. It starts with the parents. It starts with peer pressure and other things. You know, once you get the government in there, it's like it's the war on obesity, it's nutrition, it's exercise, it's the whole thing. It's government run amok. I'm against that.
Well, Tracy, I don't know. If there's cyberbullying going on, I don't care who finds it. I want to know about it.
Yeah, I'm with you completely. And look, this California school hired an outside firm. So it's not necessarily the government. They hired a firm that's got this new technology to figure this out. Look, we're in uncharted territory these days with our kids. I would want all the help I could get because you can only scan and sneak on their phones so much without knowing what's going on. And bullying is really awful. I would do anything to help a kid get out of it.
Okay, Jonas, what do you think of this?
Someone needs to find the wimp who cooked up this idea and beat him up. That's what I think.
Oh!
No, I actually think this is their job. In school, they've done a terrible job at these schools stopping bullying for decades. It's gotten worse with social media. That is the policing job when you're not with your parents, and that's what they should do. This is a definite better use of money than schools that are hiring extra police because of 1 in a million shots of a school shooting, that's for sure.
David, you agree?
I kind of agree. I think that we do need, it's not just schools who need to create an environment that is safe and secure and does not include bullying. I'm not sure, however, getting across the line of invading privacy is a way to go. We got to find a balance between protecting the students and protecting privacy as well. And I think we need to create a better environment for that. I'm not sure that we use cyberspace and the invasion of it to do that.
Well, it's already publicly posted, but you know, John, a lot of these schools can't afford even copy paper. They have parents bringing it in. Is this the best way to spend taxpayers' money?
That's the biggest question, Brenda, is the best use of resources. Look, I run a kids program here in Bermuda. I deal with bullying all the time. I understand how bad it is. But for $40,000, you can hire an extra teacher. So you have one thing that's good. You have one thing that may be better. It's a question of best use of resources. I would hire the extra teacher.
And here's the thing, though. With the company that this California high school hired, all it does is search for keywords. The list of the students' names is not even being handed out. So all we're looking for is really bad bully type words, and that's how they're starting their research on this. So all the more, I think, if it helps save one kid, because there's a lot of suicides because of bullying out there, I say do it.
That's absolutely right. Okay. Thanks, guys. And thank you to David for joining us again today.
Pleasure to be with you. Have a good weekend.
You too.